Hello everyone and welcome to today's massive announcement because yes, the brand new artifact is live on Facebook and on Instagram. So if you want to check it out, you can check it out yourselves, but we're going to showcase what it does, how powerful it is, and on top of that, I'm even going to go back into Zeta and Magra and predict the future combos, knowing a little bit more information and working out now what is potentially the future Archer meta. Hello everyone, and yes, welcome to today's video. Nice and easy one. We're going to be covering the artifact and possibly the brand new Archer meta that's going to be coming into the new season, obviously with these new Archer heroes, right? So, you know what to do. Smash like, comment and subscribe. We always do daily videos here for Call of Dragons, like always, and today is no different. So, straight away into the new artifact, right? You can kind of see what it's called, the GILDED CROSSBOW, and it looks beautiful, and it's on, as you can imagine, Zeta's arm. So it's her weapon. And at the top right, you can see what it is, but more importantly, the skill effect, and even more importantly, an additional effect, because it is cracked. So as you can see here, it's saying deals diffuse damage every second up to 3 target legions within range and increases your march speed by 50%. And you can move while this skill is active, which made me so hype. And I will showcase a little bit of a quick highlight of my first impressions and first reactions of it right about now. And increases your march speed by 50%. You can move while this skill is active. Oh, bro, this looks so good. Dude, this is a good day to be an archer, man. Bro, what is that? And so, since that, as you can see, it was caught me off guard. I was so hyped about it because what this is, as you can read just from this first skill, it's a kiting artifact, and it made me even more excited because if you guys have checked out my interview with Boss Nasty when he was talking about even these archers, he was hoping to see this kite-esque sort of hero or artifact that could come in the future, and his answers were, you know, his praise was answered, right? Which I love. And the whole purpose of this, you can see you're dealing 1300 damage factor. It says during the duration of 4 seconds. We don't know if that is 1300 each tick or if it's a total of 1300 damage. We will obviously need to find that out when we test it in game. But the way this works, as you can imagine, is you can activate this. It's going to target 3 legions, and you could be moving back and forth still while hitting them, which is great. It means you're allowed, you know, to reposition, not get targeted if you're getting targeted by players, and just absolutely cause chaos, right? Really, really good artifact. But on top of this, which I think is making this even more cracked, out of this world, is the fact that the additional effect, as you can see, it states it increases your legion's enemy HP bypass up to a 15%, and it increases 1.5% of your highest buff stack count. So I'm guessing every time you gain a buff, you're going to get in a new stack. This is probably a very basic read of it, but basically going up to a 15% HP mitigation. So it doesn't matter how strong they are, you're going to be putting through and cutting them down. So really, really powerful artifacts. And when we take this now into, you know, like the main game here, we've got Zeta on the screen, and she's obviously going to be wanting to use this with her pairing. Same with Magra if you're going to use it as well. I think it's going to be good for both of those heroes, right? And we're going to start talking about some pairings now, because obviously in my video, if you've checked it out, I did go crazy about Synderon and Magra. I think that Stubby will be a great combo because of just how much damage and maybe sustain you have. But I do think there is going to be a better one, and this is still Synderon but with Zeta. And the reason why I'm saying this, and both heroes, if you've checked them out yourselves, and you do know, and I know myself, with Synderon, it's not going to increase the actual speed of these stacks, right? So this is the sad reality about this hero, right? If you read this, he's a maximum of 1 stack every second. So as you guys know, with Synderon, if he hits rapid fire, you get your 2 attacks in 1 second. It's not going to generate 2 stacks, right? So they've been able to stop that from being abused, which is nice. But the thing why I really believe Synderon Zeta is going to be the new combo is because Zeta herself allows you just to get there really fast, especially when you awaken her. You start on 3, you just need to get 7 auto attacks off really nicely. to get this onto 10 stacks, right? And once you're on 10 stacks, you're getting 80%, right, attack damage, and you're gaining 20% march speed, which is so good for Syndron, right? He loves the fact that you're giving him 80% normal attack, because he's now gonna get even more benefit when he starts hitting those rapid fire triggers. And the thing is, yes, Freygar's gonna give you big crit, but you're still gaining 25% crit chance. That's 1 in 4 auto attacks are gonna basically crit. And it's just amazing that this is just allowing you to do this, right? Or allowing you to increase your crit rate. It's just such a good mechanic, honestly, in this game. And for Syndron, dealing normal attack damage and having more chances, as you can imagine, to try and get this focus to keep the crit up, is so good. It's so good. It's going to synergize so well. I don't know if it's going to outperform Syndron Freygar. We will see. But I have high hopes for Zeta with our Boy and Wonder Syndron. I do think it's going to pump out a ton of damage, right? But to get to the Magrat now, I do want to talk about Magrat a little bit with her pairing. And I do have a new pairing that I do want to suggest for this hero, because we was talking about this on a live stream, and it did kind of just strike a little light bulb while we were talking about them. And this was Magrat, right? And this is the same thing with your Syndron. If you read at the bottom, variable healing can be triggered once every 1 second. So again, she can't really get too abused with it. But it's still nice that obviously with Syndron, you're going to get a nice bit of healing. And obviously this 450% damage bonus is going to be nice. I can imagine it doing a ton of damage, especially for a hero that you can 5-5-5-1 and you've got everything in her kit. I find it just a really good investment, right? Potentially for all your archers. But the real archer pairing that we was discussing, I think this is going to be the actual meta. And this could be devastating if this works how we hope. But it could be Magrat with the one and only Kanara. Because this combo seems terrifying together. You have a hero that's healing Kanara with attack bonuses and even more, you know, HP bonuses with her passives and stuff, right? She has a great kit involved in Magrat. And Kanara's already known to be kind of like the tanky archer hero, right? And the fact that you're dealing a nice nuke with a 15% damage dealt reduction onto the target, and even for most players having a 5-5-1-1, you're getting that 20% normal attack and the 10% hero skill damage taker reduction, right? So you're making this March that's super pretty, like, I wouldn't say super tanky, but she's pretty tanky for all of the archers, right? You're pairing her up with Magrat, and I think that could be something very, very tasty to play with. So I would love to see that in the field, Kanara and Magrat. I think it's going to be a little bit, I hope it's not good. I really hope it's not good. But I could see it working with the variable healing on the Kanara, then with the massive damage output you get with that 450% damage input, and you're always, you know, reducing their target damage down. So it feels like it's a really good combo. And again, as I said with Magrat, she's able to get that nice 5-5-1 and you're done with her, right? You don't really need to do anything else unless you're planning to be a Kraken and you want to obviously awaken every hero. That's your own prerogative, right? So that is it. I thought you guys would enjoy this video. It had obviously the new artifact. It had the 2 new heroes, and again, just to showcase them before they come out with some potential new pairings. Because again, there is some other stuff as well. Oh, one other pairing. Actually, do you know what? I'll put this in because I'm not going to forget. And a lot of people will say in the comments, is going to be Zeta, as you can imagine. Zeta. So if we go back into Zeta really quickly and explain this one to finish up on this beautiful video that I think I've done a good job on. We will talk about this crazy combo, right? Because obviously she has a nice 80% normal attack. We all know this. But it's more the fact that we're getting this 25% crit rate, right? We're getting a nice amount, a bit of crit rate. And obviously, we all know Freygar, right? Freygar is another hero that is going to give you 60% crit rate. So sometimes, if the stars align, both of these heroes, in theory, will give you 85% crit rate. And that is, you know, with both things applied at the same time, which is kind of disgusting. I will say it's kind of disgusting, especially that even your Freyguard gives you 15% normal attack, then you gain an 80%, so that's 95% more normal attack, right? And as a single target fighter, you're obviously reducing their rage, which is really nice with Zeta as well. That's kind of like a PvP based hero. So you can see Freyguard and Zeta as well. That would be definitely a good combo in the future too to look at. So we will see. I will tell you in the new Season B1 when we get attached to these new heroes and what they're like with what are the new, you know, other marksmen, so you guys know what to invest into. And we can obviously update all the investment tier list with better knowledge now with the G2 heroes and G1 heroes combining with these new G3 heroes, right? So with all of that, smash like, comment, and subscribe. And until the next video, stay safe, stay stinking, peace out.